Alrighty, so we have gotten this little strip on this end done. So it looks like it started out better than it ended, because we had, in the middle section, I started missing my line because I kept my masking grinding mode when I first started on accident, so it didn't pop up, and I had a spot in the middle of my vision the entire time I was trying to weld the rest of it. Because this thing has a little mode on it where if I flip it to it, it just will not darken because it's in grinding mode and it's not supposed to darken. But I forgot about it, and so I had a little spot in my vision while I was welding the rest of it. But I think I still held line pretty well through it. So I tried, instead of doing, at first I was doing spot and then running a main base row through the line and then just squiggling on top of it. Now I'm trying the little loop-de-loop thing layer on that, which you can see better in the top layer. You can see how it looks like it's kind of like sloping that way a little bit because I was going like that and moving this way. But yeah, so here once it cools, we will grind that and see how that looks, and hopefully that will be the right settings and technique needed where it all looks pretty clean line, and we will throw our first actual pieces on. The main thing though is that I'm gonna have to try very hard to be consistent, because this is going to be a lot of area to get around with a 4-inch diameter pipe. So I'm going to have to make sure I don't focus on one side too much and wind up making it like misshape into an oval shape, because these engines do not like being oval shaped at all. So, but the good thing is if I mess up this pipe, it's fine. I really don't need to mess up these though, because I only have one of each of the specific size I need for these. But for these 4-inch, I have 2 of them. Like for my concentrics, I have my 4-inch to 2-inch and my 4-inch to 2.5-inch, and that is all of the ones I have. I don't have any others. So, but for my intake pipe right here, which is a 1/8-inch thickness pipe, because if there's going to be any backfire, it's going to come out of this pipe, and I really don't feel like sending my intake pipe into a wall. So we're gonna make sure, or sending shrapnel necessarily. The intake pipe itself flying off is not that bad, but I really don't want shrapnel of that if it explodes. And then I have 2 combustion chambers, and then I have multiple exhaust pipes, because this is going to be the thinnest of these are going to be the thinnest of my pipes. The only issue with my 2 extras, actually there is no issue with my 2 extras, but 2 of them have little notches in the front, but this shouldn't matter because I'll be trimming this more than likely anyway I just have extra length, so I have plenty of work with. But my main pipe, which is right here, this one, you can see does not have those notches up here, but that's the only difference between them. The main end I'm worrying about though is my non-gaped end. Really just need that main 2.5-inch end to stay intact, which all 3 of them are just fine for that. And then the pipes I am practicing with, I just have a whole bunch of random assorted geometry stainless steel pipes that I've just never really used that much. So like they're like, if I ever want to modify my exhaust shape or anything like that, I could use these. Because they have, like, if I ever want to switch to a curved design instead of my straight pipe, I have like all these pieces, and I have my curved pieces out here that I'm practicing and farting around with. But I'm mainly using these to practice with because they are the same steel length, or they're the same steel thickness. So I'm just trying to make sure I get everything dialed in on the pieces that are not as important before I start working with my final edition, because I really don't want to have to blow another $70 on steel pieces. But this should be cool now, so I'm gonna grind it, and then we'll do the next progress check.